Alright guys, all back, and you get to listen to this annoying sound again as we go through all of this, and there we go. Alright, there's only 3 cards left, so let's go over why I don't play these 3 cards so we can look at the rest of them now. Hammerfist Giant is good if you're dealing with a lot of flyers, but you're playing a very aggressive red-white deck. You really don't want to pay 6 mana for anything. Sunblast Angel is really nice if you're dealing with an aggressive deck, but it also kills all of your tapped creatures, which isn't really a big deal because you usually play it during your first main phase, not your second like you would play with most spells if you were a good Magic player, not like me. So, you're probably asking why I don't play the Sunblast Angel. Well, here's why. 6 mana. Balefire Dragon, 7 mana, flying, deals damage to a player. It deals that much damage to each creature that player controls. Cool, because it wipes boards. Very expensive. So, now that those are out of the way, let's go over the deck. Okay, so we start off with the 4 Terramorphic Expanses, which we will look at later because I actually am kind of curious about the mana base on this. Assault Strobe is a really interesting card, but it has one downfall. Sorcery. It's a sorcery speed combat trick, which is terrible because, I mean, it's just like, okay, yeah, you either chump block it or you don't block it. So if you put it on a 1-1, it's cool because, oh look, it's a 1-1 that has double strike that attacks for 2 now. Which isn't really worth it. Or you put it on a big scary creature and they chump block it with a 1-1 and go, oh look, I don't take any damage from it. So, I don't like Assault Strobe. I take out 1 Boros Recruit. Now, this is going to seem weird because it's an aggressive deck, but it doesn't have haste. It does have first strike, but mana in this deck is very, very specific. You want to have 1 of each on turn 2, and he doesn't help you get there if you don't have it. So I'm counting these as 1-drops, and 6 1-drops in this type of deck is probably good because you're early mid-game aggressive, not necessarily I'm going to come out of the gate swinging aggressive. So, yeah, I mean, most of the time I don't even drop 1, so I just feel like the difference between 3 and 2 just really doesn't make a difference. Lightning Serpent. Trample Haste enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counters on it at the beginning of the end step, sack it. Now, it's nice because it's got Trample and Haste, and it's already a 2-1 for 1 mana. First Strike. Now, I mean, this is obviously looking at the format as though the mirror exists, or things along that line. I mean, now this is a great mana sink late game, but a First Striker just kills it. There are several decks in the game that have First Strike, and they should be played. Every card that has First Strike, for the most part, should be played. Also, it only has the 1 toughness, so it's easy to burn to death, so it's not good against either red deck, or any red deck for that matter. It might stay in there, we'll kind of see, but for now it's going to stay out. We'll see if we can find something else to replace it with. But it is a nice burn spell, essentially, but it isn't easy to be dealt with burn spell. The Boros Guild Mage. Target creature gains haste until end of turn, target creature gains first strike until end of turn. Absolutely wonderful thing to have. You can drop it on turn 4 and just attack with it, or you can just drop it on turn 2, and then turn 3 give a creature that's attacking, like the sweet little flying Drake guy over there that we'll look at in just a moment. First Strike. I mean, obviously you can't do that because you'd have to play him on turn 3 and then give him First Strike on turn 4, but, you know, whatever, it's Magic, we'll make it work. But the ability to give any creature First Strike for 2 mana is just awesome. Boros Swiftblade, double strike, 1/2. Playing cards like these, and these, and where are they at? These, and these. Just make him stupid powerful. Probably one of the best cards in the deck, and you should really play both of them. Lightning Helix is amazing. It's got a Johnny like holding lightning in his hand, and it's awesome because you deal 3 damage and you gain 3 life. Now, what's not good about that? It's a shock and a reverse shock. It's a 6-point life swing from 2 mana. It's awesome. Rise of the Hobgoblins, I'm not playing, not because it's a bad card, but because, again, I'm more early aggressive. You know, I want to be the early to mid game. I don't want to go into late game at all. And this is a late game card because, you know, clearly you want to play it for like 4 mana and or for 6 mana and get 4 1/1s. And it's not bad at that point, but at the same time, sorry, I've been recording forever. At the same time, it just doesn't quite get there. So I don't play these because there's a lot of better things to do on turn 2, like play a Boros Guildmage or play a Boros Swiftblade. I don't play to arms. It has untap all creatures, draw a card. Now this card's decent because it's obviously you don't lose any advantage on it when you play it, and it's a nice combat trick. But at the same time, I find it very difficult to cast because you really want to tap out turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And probably every turn thereafter, because you can just drop so many things. The Veteran Armorers, I don't think I'm going to play 4 of. I think 3 is a good number on these guys. Other creatures you control get +0, +1. It makes your creatures have a little bit more survivability, which is, you know, one of the downfalls against this deck is it's very hard to deal with a bigger creature. So this gives you the kind of option to be like, oh look, well my Boros Swiftblade now has an extra 1 toughness, and he can hit you now, or, you know, things like that. So I find them useful. Aggravated Assault, untap all creatures you control. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. Activate this ability only at the time you could activate a sorcery, or you could cast a sorcery. This is good if you have a whole lot of mana, but again, it's a late game card, and I'm not really looking at late game, I'm looking at early game. Attacks, it gets +1/+1 for 3 mana. So it's a 3 mana 3/3 when it attacks. If not, it's just a 2/2. I don't like that guy. They also seem to be the same guy here and there. Coincidence? I think not. Fire at Will. Fire at Will deals 3 damage divided how you choose among any number of 1, 2, or 3 target attacking or blocking creatures. It has Kithkin on it. That's a reason enough alone to play it. But no, it's a solid card. 3 damage divided how you choose among any number of attacking creatures is awesome. Intimidation Bolt. 3 damage to target creature. Other creatures can't attack this turn. Definitely worth playing. Mentor of the Meek. Whenever you cast a creature, another creature with 2 or less mana or 2 or less power enters the battlefield under your control. You may pay 1 if you do draw a card. I completely messed up that wording there, but we got the idea. I think the music gets progressively louder and I have to talk over it, so that's kind of weird. But anyway, Rally the Righteous, because like the music just kind of dies now and then it just goes like up to like blaring trumpets. But instant untap target creature and each other creature that shares a color with it. Those creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. Now, the way to play this card properly is to play it when they declare blockers, and if they have creatures of the same color as you, just kind of, you know, hope that they paired it incorrectly on their part. But if not, you know, it's still something you'd want to play after they declare blockers. And if they have their their creatures that share a color with it tapped, then it untaps them. So you want to make sure that you play it when they declare blockers so that they can't go, oh wait, I want to block. So I play all 4 of those because, again, pump with any of the first strikers is just overpowered. The Scourge I definitely play. It's broken. When you put it on a Boros Swiftblade, right? Yeah, Boros Swiftblade. So yeah, that's amazing. Sky Knight Legionnaire. I don't know if I want to play all 4 of these, but we'll leave all 4 in for now. Flying Haste 2/2 for 3 mana is just wonderful. The ability to just drop this guy on turn 3 and still attack with him, and then be able to equip something like the Scourge on him. This is a good way to just kill someone, but at the same time, it's a good way to wipe your board. So if they have an answer, you know, you're dead. So I don't like playing that. Breath of Life, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 4 mana regeneration spell, which is awesome. The simple problem with this is there are really no creatures to regenerate. Bright Flame. Let's talk about Bright Flame for a moment, because Bright Flame is a semi-decent card, and I can see it being played occasionally. But we need to look at this. It's 5 mana to do 1 damage. 6 mana to do 2. 6 mana. 6 mana to Pyroclasm. Not to mention the double red, double white makes it very difficult to cast. Now, I played Bright Flame while I beat the Suntail Hawks to death, because clearly you cast it for 5 and you win the game just instantly. But it's very hard to do, and it's really only good against the token deck, and that's if they don't have anything on the field that pumps the tokens. So I don't like that. Faith Fetters. Now, we looked at a few of the games online. I lost to one of the games I lost online was to a proc black or proc white black creature. I can't see playing Faith Fetters because you can already deal with everything that already has some type of abilities on it. So it's not as good as it could be in the deck. This deck lacks red removal, like solid red removal. But again, I digress. I mean, it's a good removal card, but yeah. Okay, so Flamekin Zealot. Absolutely amazing. The ability to pump all your creatures and give them haste. You know, he's a good endgame bomb. To just be like, oh, I'm gonna drop two drop creatures, and then boom, him. Deal with it. Glory of Warfare is absolutely amazing in this deck. Absolutely amazing. There is a problem with it though. Glory of Warfare will not trigger mentors at all. So the two of them together makes things a little difficult. I kind of found that out the hard way. So clearly you gotta be careful with it. It's still a good enough card. I'm definitely playing it. Spite Mirror is amazing. You've seen my horse is amazing. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target creature or player, which is awesome because you can just, you know, do a whole bunch of damage. It's very hard to deal with. Sunhome Enforcer deals combat damage. You gain that much life, so it's got lifelink. But it has this very nice expensive cost to get it up to the 4/4 that it should be. I do not play those. Argus costs Wojek Veteran. Now Argus costs attacks. Attacking red creatures get +2/+0, and attacking white creatures get +0/+2. Almost every white creature you have is red as well. I like him. I think he's fun, and he's a 5/5 when he attacks. Balefire Liege. It's a liege. You should be playing it, especially because it's a lightning helix at a player every time you play a red-white spell. It's awesome. The Battle Seraph. Players can't cast spells during combat. You have so many combat tricks. So many combat tricks. That this is awful. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible thing to do. Terrible. I mean, it's a great way to deal with some of the smaller creatures, but it's so bad because you have so many combat tricks. Like, I mean, just the inability to cast these alone is just terrible. Okay. Lightwheeler Paladin deals combat damage to player. You may exile target black or red player permanent that player controls. Now, this is a way to deal with the proc white guy, because he should be able to. Because I don't think he targets it. But it's a very high mana cost for a semi-strong creature. So I don't like it. Nobilis makes all of your other attacking creatures very powerful, and I like him. This guy has a very high mana cost. Basically the only reason I'm not playing him. Vigilance is nice, but again, he's got a very high mana cost. Fireman Angel. I don't like. It's nice because late game you can bring it back from your graveyard to your hand for 10 mana, and you gain 1 life every turn. Ooh, 1 life. It's flying at first strike, and it's really not big at all. So, it's terrible. Put X11 White Pegasus creature tokens on the battlefield where X is your life total. Look at that, though. Oh, man. I mean, that's good if you guys are playing like a two-headed. That would be cool. But, again, so I don't think I like all three of these. I think we're going to go and get the Lightning Serpent in here. And we'll kind of look at the deck and see what we're looking at. What we're looking at. What are we looking at? I think 3 there is ideal. I think that's what I want. I like it. It gives us a nice solid curve. Very good looking deck. Very aggressive. A lot of early game power. And this gives you kind of the burn spell to hit someone in the face just at the end. So we're playing a total of 25 lands. 25 lands. Ew. Now, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go down to 3. So that we're playing 24 lands total. The reason I want to do that is because 25 is way too many to be playing in an aggressive deck. Far too often you're going to get mana flooded. Far too often you're going to get mana screwed now. But at the same time, you are an aggressive deck, and 90% of your deck costs less than 3 mana. So, you know, if you stall at 3, you're okay. So you really only need to get 3 mana. So you're going to have to make a few more dedicated, a few more intelligent mulligans, but it's always a good thing to practice, especially in this game that gives you the free mulligans. The first free mulligan, you know, it's a good way to practice it. But, so let's go ahead over the deck. We'll play 3 Terramorphic Expanses, 2 Boros Recruit, 1 Lightning Serpent, 2 Boros Guildmage, 2 Boros Swiftblade, 3 Lightning Helix, 3 Veteran Armorers, 2 Fire at Wills, 1 Intimidation Bolt, 2 Mentors of the Meek, 4 Rally the Righteous, blah, 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 blah. Scourge of the Noblists, 2 of those, 4 Sky Knight Legionnaires, 2 Flamekin Zealots, 2 Glories of Warfare, 1 Spite-Mare, 1 Argus Kos Wojek Veteran, 1 Balefire Liege, and 1 Noblesse of War. So, ideally, my ideas with this deck is I don't want to play things that are more than 5 mana. So everything from this point and minus these things are 5 or more mana. So there really aren't a lot of low-cost cards that I cut. I just tried to cut the bad ones. So, again, I'm not a big fan of this curve here. It might need some working with, but overall I like the deck. I think it's solid. So let me know what you guys think down below. You know, if there are any changes that you'd make, or if there's something terrible that I'm playing that I shouldn't be, because I like to hear those things. So thanks for watching, guys. If you could leave a like or a comment. I mean, I already asked you to comment, but if you could leave a like, that helps me out a lot. Helps other people find the channel. But see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.